Every morning across the country, millions of students wake up and reach for their textbooks, preparing for exams that honestly less than 1% of them will pass. In 2025, 50 lakh people applied for just 60,000 police constable posts in UP. In Rajasthan, over 24 lakh people, including those with PhDs, applied to be peons. People who've built their entire careers are lining up for these jobs where they'll be simply carrying files and serving tea. Why? Because in a country where financial stability feels like a luxury, a government job isn't just employment, it's a lifeline. It's the safest bet you can take on your future. It gives you three things that every Indian craves: stability, status, and certainty. And let's be honest, it's the ultimate marriage credential. But why this obsession? Is it just about the job security and the pension? Or is it something deeper that we're all chasing? Well, we thought about it, so let's talk about it. Hey everyone, I'm Angad Kahai Singh and Vyre is glad to be a part of Zerodha's media network, through which we plan on bringing you well-researched content that dives deep into the questions you didn't even know you had. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe. Every year in India, about 1.5 crore people prepare for government job exams. These are jobs across every rank, from clerks to police constables to railway staff. But here's the reality behind the dream. The success rate of exams like UPSC, SSC CGL and RRB Railway ranges only between 0.1 to 2%. Some exams offer just one seat for every 10,000 applicants. But still, people keep trying again and again and again.
हाँ भाई राहुल, सुना तेरी जॉब लग गई? नहीं मेरा तो अभी यूपीएससी चल रहा है। और भाई राहुल, सुना तेरी प्रमोशन हो गई? पार्टी कब दे रहा है? अरे नहीं मेरा तो बस सब बढ़िया है, अभी भी यूपीएससी की पढ़ाई चल रही है। हाँ भाई राहुल, तेरी शादी हो रही है? चल पेंसिल बोल। नहीं यार, मैं तो नहीं आ पाऊंगा, मेरा यूपीएससी चल रहा है। राहुल, अरे पापा बन गया। मैं आता हूँ मिलने यार, आता हूँ, तुझे तो पता ही है मेरा मतलब वही यूपीएससी। अरे राहुल, बहुत टाइम बीत गया यार। और बता, घर पे सब कैसे हैं? चिंटू आईएएस बन गया है? कोचिंग कहाँ से ली?
For a lot of people, this entire process becomes their entire identity. They study for 5, 7, even 10 years, living in tiny PGs, attending coaching centers every day, simply surviving on instant coffee and borrowed time. Despite all this, the number of aspirants keeps growing every year. And there's a whole ecosystem built around this. In 2024, India's government exam coaching industry was valued at over 58,000 crores. That's more than the annual budget for some states in India. Entire towns like Prayagraj, Kota, Bhopal and Patna function like factory lines for these aspirants, just trying to churn out one after the other. They have PGs built with extra desks instead of extra beds. There are tiffin services selling brain booster thalis. And of course, there are also booming photocopy shops that probably know the syllabus better than most of these candidates. All of this isn't a temporary phase. It's a lifestyle economy where stress is the product and aspiration is the fuel. Just think about it. The more people that fail, the longer they stay, the more they spend. That's good business. But not all businesses are built on burnout and anxiety. Some are built on pure efficiency, thanks to tools like Odoo. Odoo is a simple all-in-one business management platform that makes running a business super simple. Odoo's project management app helps you stay on track and keep everything organized. You can set up a project with customized steps, milestones, tasks, and even subtasks to keep everything easy to track and easy to manage. The different view tabs make it really easy to see what's going on at a simple glance. The Kanban view, for example, lets you see all your tasks as cards. And the Gantt chart lets you see everything from a bird's eye view. Or even the simple list view that helps you make quick changes in seconds. Within each task, you can also chat, leave notes, and share files, making sure there are no more scattered messages or lost updates. Just one clean dashboard. And the best part, your first app is free for life, including unlimited hosting and support. So remember to check out Odoo through the link in the description. And now, let's get back to the video. A lot of people might not give this enough credit, but while millions of Indians are running behind these exams, India's private sector is seeing an explosive growth. Our IT exports have crossed $200 billion. Our startups are going public. Freelancers are earning from all over the world. And remote work has unlocked global jobs. And yet, in educated homes, even in big cities, you will often hear parents say things like, "Beta, ek sarkari naukri mil jaye to life set hai." But why is this the case? To understand this, we need to rewind a little. Not 5-10 years, maybe 50 years. In the decades after independence, India didn't have a booming startup scene. There were no unicorns, no stock options, and no remote gigs. The economy was controlled by something called the license Raj, a system where starting a private company meant red tapes, political connections, and a lot of waiting. If you wanted to grow in life, the government was your best shot. Jobs came with housing, the promotions were predictable, and most importantly, it was secure. No random 2-week notice.
अरे यादव जी, बहुत बहुत कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस, आपको आज फिर बन चुके हैं आप हमारे एम्प्लॉई ऑफ द मंथ। आपने हमारी कंपनी को बहुत ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचाया है, बहुत बहुत। वो बस देखिए, बस पे हमारी कंपनी का नाम, वो प्लेन देखिए, उस पे भी हमारी कंपनी का नाम है। आपको इसी खुशी में मिलता है ये गिफ्ट हैम्पर। और बाहर एक बहुत ब्रांड न्यू चमचमाती स्विफ्ट डिजायर, आप उसमें जाइए, बैठिए और घर चले जाइए, आप हो चुके हैं फायर।
Your parents didn't chase government jobs for clout. They chased it because they'd seen what happens when people didn't have stability. Your parents saw everything. Crashes, recessions, loans gone bad. They saw it in 1991, then again in 1997, then once again in 2008, and then the pandemic a few years ago. Each time, the same pattern repeated. Private workers got laid off, government workers got paid on time. So the lesson stuck. Safe is better than smart. Even now, that lesson is passed down like a family recipe, an inheritance. No matter how fast India changes, the idea of the secure government job remains unchallenged in many households. But there's also something else at play here. Something that's a little bigger than nostalgia. And that is access to information. Or rather the lack of it. While people in big cities see others become startup founders, data scientists, or even filmmakers, in Tier 2 and Tier 3 India, that visibility simply doesn't exist. What they do see is the local SDM driving past in an official car, the tehsildar who gets invited to every wedding, and the bank manager who's treated like royalty. In these towns, private success is invisible. Government success is loud. A job in an IT company sounds vague, but an IPS officer, that's clarity. The problem isn't really that people want security. I mean, sure, but the real problem is that a lot of these people probably haven't even seen what's available out there. Today, there are ironically private jobs that might offer more stability than government ones. Workplaces now reward performance, not just time served. In sectors like tech, finance, media, and healthcare, private roles aren't just catching up, they're leaps ahead. Even startups today offer maternity benefits, insurance, and even mental health support. These are things that government systems still struggle with. And yet, in thousands of Indian homes, this narrative hasn't been updated. And unfortunately, it's simply because the people who lived these private success stories often leave the very towns that they came from. But the local SDM, he still drives down the road in his official car. He still gets saluted. He still gets seen. So the system keeps recycling itself because what's visible is what feels real. There's a word that we used a lot today, aspirant. It sounds noble, like someone chasing a dream. But in India, being an aspirant isn't just a phase, it's an identity. You'll often find narrow corridors in these coaching towns, room doors labeled with names. Rohan, UPSC 6th attempt, or maybe Neha, SSC mains pending. That's who you are. That's not what you're doing. That's who you are. Some of these people were school toppers, gold medalists, overachievers, and now they've been preparing for the same exam for the past 7 years. Their friends have moved cities, started families, changed jobs, but they're still here, solving mock papers and living on Maggie. And here's something that no one prepares you for. In this system, being intelligent is not enough. You need stamina, you need luck. You need to be okay with watching your 20s go by you with absolutely no certainty.
I can't talk about other exams, but UPSC as an exam, it requires at least 2 years of your life. And if you can't dedicate that, if you can't afford to dedicate that, be it physically or mentally, then it's not worth it because you have to be practical in life.
For every success story, there are thousands of quiet exits. People who totally disappear from the coaching scene, who simply give up but don't tell anyone. But sometimes it gets much darker than that.
In India, there has been a significant rise in student suicide rates. Is competition killing students? Is academic pressure driving students to the edge?
I think mental health is the most important thing, I would say. Since preparing for UPSC it not just tests your academic competence, it also tests your emotional competence.
Mental health in aspirant hubs is a crisis that no one has really planned for. Pressure is constant, comparison is daily, counseling is rare, and failure feels final.
Everybody is about keep preparing, working hard, one day you will succeed. Might be true to some extent. But the more important thing is to deal with the failure that comes along with it.
But here's where the story starts to shift a little. Because a new generation is stepping in and they're built different. You see, Gen Z grew up online. They've seen YouTubers earn way more than IAS officers. They've seen friends freelance, code, design and build startups, all with just a laptop. This new generation, they don't want security. They want freedom and flexibility and a life that doesn't feel like it's on pause till a result comes in. This doesn't mean the government job dream is dying, but it is being questioned. And that might be the most important change of all. The job market in India is evolving faster than our mindset. Look around you. AI is replacing a lot of people. In fact, according to an article, AI could take over 84% of repetitive government jobs, showing that even government jobs face tech disruptions.
मेरे को लगता है कि AI will surely eat up jobs everywhere, including the government sector.
It will definitely replace the manual tasks which are very repetitive, does not require that much of an emotional quotient. These kind of aspects are already happening actually.
Startups are now building opportunities that simply did not exist 10 years ago. And remote work has opened global opportunities. Meanwhile, many government jobs are still stuck in systems that were built for the 1980s. Ask a 20-something-year-old today. Would you rather spend 6 years of your life preparing for a job that you may not even get? Or would you rather learn a skill in about 6 months and start earning? The answer for a lot of them is changing. It's not that government jobs don't matter. They absolutely do. We need administrators, officers and policymakers. But maybe it's time to stop treating them as the only versions of success. The world has moved forward. It's okay if our dreams do too. A government job definitely still holds a lot of value. It brings stability, respect and real power. But it's not the only way to build a life. And it should definitely not come at the cost of that very life itself. If you're still chasing this dream, chase it mindfully. Not because the neighbor's son cleared it. Not even because you made a promise to your childhood self. Chase it because you believe it's right for you. And if you walked away from it, that doesn't make you any less ambitious. It makes you someone who chose a different kind of certainty. Because real success isn't a rank. It isn't a result. It's peace. It's waking up without dread and sleeping without regret. So whether you're deep in prep mode or building something absolutely new, just make sure it's your journey and not someone else's.